So I am making beef tenderloin steaks, these little juicy, delicious tenderloin. Most of the fat is cut off. There's a few, I probably cut that off, but I seasoned it up with my favorite seasoning, and I'll cook it in a cast iron. If I'm going to be inside, I want to be on my gas stove with a cast iron. Let me show you. Because it's just as great as being outside on your gas fireplace or gas barbecue. So especially today is like a cloudy, overcast day. It looks like it's gonna rain, the leaves are falling. The thing that I love to do on rainy days, I've told you this before, but I'll tell you again for the new viewers, is just because it doesn't rain here very often. Oh, you're not even being able to see. Here we go. Sorry about that. I'm cutting the fat off of these tenderloins right now. I've got my pan warmed up with olive oil and garlic just to give it that extra flavoring. And I have it on low. But I want to cut all this fat off of it because if you don't, that's what makes it tough. And if you've ever had tenderloin steaks, oh my God, melt in your mouth, delicious heaven piece of meat that you've ever had in your entire life, worth every bit. And this is organic beef tenderloin steak. So try to get the most fat off you can. And then I always chop up onions, and then if I have mushrooms, that's a great combination. Mix mushrooms and onions and put white wine, cooking white wine, and either butter or olive oil depending on what you want to do, what your flavor type is. If you don't want to do butter and you feel better with just olive oil, then do that. And then again, salt, pepper, Himalayan salt. Always salted on both sides. Pepper, let me wash my hands. Pepper. Okay, pepper, and then whatever seasoning you like, and then deliciousness. The fat is taken off of it. They're delicious. Cast iron skillet, olive oil, garlic, preheated on low, and then voila, just put them in there. Don't you love that sound? I love that sound. That's how you know the pan is hot enough. Throw away the extras and just let it cook. In the meantime, I want to take out a salad. This is one of my favorite things to do. Like if we're hiking or running errands all day and I just want to make something simple, had a busy day working or whatever, I just let the skillet do the work, just leave it there. You'll know when to turn it because it'll be unstuck. It's stuck until it's ready to go, and then it'll flip. So I never measure anything. I never time anything. I know, so if you're just starting out, do it according to this time on here. I did not stop the video, so you'll have that as so I like to just get a salad mix, simple. I always wash, even though it says pre-washed, I still wash it. Just because, I don't know. One cannot be too careful anymore. So I put it in a strainer. Put it in a strainer like this. I go over to the sink and wash it. Look at bowl. I underneath it. And then while this is just rinsing out, then I focus on what am I going to put on my salad? What am I going to put? Do I want to put onions? Do I want to put mango pieces? Do I want to put tomatoes, avocados, whatever I have? It's pretty much whatever I have. Right now I'm out of avocados, so I'm going to substitute the avocados for a few slices of mangoes. And I have 2 tomatoes and I have some onions. So I'll be right back and I'll show you that. Okay, I wanted to show you before I turned them. You can tell when they're done, ready to turn. Let me bring this up closer. Let me get a fork. When they don't stick to the pan any longer. So you poke them, you want that nice crisp side, and you just flip them. Now these are pretty thick, but you want that crispy on the outside. Flip them, and then what I always do is get foil. Now I have this on low just because my gas stove cooks so fast. So I want it to go slower, but I also want it to be brown on the outside. And let me show you the white wine too. So I love to add onions or mushrooms. And then I like to add just some white wine. That gives it some great flavor. Add butter if you want. Add olive oil. And then just cover it. Cover it and let it do its magic. That way it cooks the inside also, since I got it on such a low temperature. So just leave it. All right, the steak's doing its trick in the cast iron oven or stove. And I cut up some mango for my salad and some onions. So when you get the store-bought salad mix, sometimes it doesn't have everything that you want it to have in it. So I always call this semi-homemade because I like to get something that's convenient and easy, but also add my own flair to it. And that is according to whatever I have available. So right now I have available in my kitchen. So I have the salad, I washed it. I have these mango pieces that I just cut up. I love sweet and savory together. And a mango is so healthy for you. I cut up some Walla Walla sweets, so they're not, you know, really powerful. Onions, those are a perfect addition. Add that, and then of course at the end we'll stir it all up. But add your favorites, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a salad, and then I'm going to cut up this meat that I'm making and slice it on the top and make delicious beef tenderloin salads. Where's my knife? Now with these tomatoes, there's been a lot of things going around that lutein, I don't know, don't quote me on the description of it, but these seeds inside of the tomatoes are not good for our digestive system. So we think we're doing a great thing for ourselves by eating the tomato, but then if you eat these seeds, they're not good for you. So what I always do, because I want the tomato, I want the nutrient portion of the tomato, because we think we're doing ourselves a great thing, right? So just dig in there and get out all these seeds, because they're just not good for us. So get them out. So when I heard that, I just thought better safe than sorry, because what are we trying to do when we're having a salad? We're doing our best to eat healthy and nutritious. So why would we want to risk it and put all those seeds in there? So anything that has seeds anymore, I just take them out, because I'm just like, I don't need them. Cucumbers, anything, take them out. You're still getting all the nutritious factor. You're still getting that juicy, delicious tomato, but you're not having all the seeds. So get those out. Okay, so throw those tomatoes once you get the seeds out of there. Throw those into your salad. If you like Parmesan cheese, put that on. You make your decision. That's the beautiful part about eating at home, is that you get to create a masterpiece of all the flavors. Like, you know, when you go to the restaurants, you have to say, now don't put this on it, don't put that on it. I only like this, I only like that. And then you get a smaller portion, and it's usually not up to your complete standards. So when you're at home, you can put absolutely everything you want. Do you see how I just took that boring salad and just put it to another level? You can shred cheese over it, whatever you want. Usually I have avocados go on there. Anything I can think of, any vegetables I have. If I had broccoli, carrots, whatever. And then just let that sit. You can make a dressing full of olive oil, lemon juice, rice vinegar, whatever you choose, or you can just pour ranch over it or whatever. These steaks are about ready to turn off. I want you to see the shear on them. Look at that. Woo! Juicy. So I'm gonna leave these on for a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna turn them off, and then I'm gonna slice it up. Let it rest always first. Let your meat rest for about 5 minutes, or if you have a little bit more time, and then all the juices will seep through. Then you can put it on top of your salad, cut it up if you like, whatever you want. And then the juice will slide over your salad, and it'll be delicious. So if you wanted a better sear on your steaks, you will have to turn it up higher, because then it'll sear the outside. So the ideal is to get it like a crust on the outside on both sides, and then turn the heat down for the steaks, and cook it on low with a piece of foil over it. I'm getting a sear on one side. I realized I had it on low and I didn't get the sear on it. As the outside is going crazy, I've got a windstorm and rain out there. I'm cooking for you, for us. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Show this. So you want that sear on the outside of your steaks. You see how delicious that looks? And then the inside will be nice and tender and juicy, but the outside will be just like you had it on your barbecue. So look at that. Seasoned deliciousness. I'm gonna let it sit, and I'll be right back with you to show you how this looks all plated up. All right, so now as you can see, I portioned the salad in bowls, put my favorite seasoning on it. Bigger for a bigger person that's hungrier, smaller for someone who's not as hungry or doesn't want as much. Two different choices. I cooked the meat as you saw, let it rest, have it made like a gravy and onions in there. And so I'm gonna pour that over the top. I cut up the tenderloin steak, cut one of them up. I'm gonna put that on this big salad. Put it like this. Don't waste any of the juices. Pour the juice over the top of that. And then what you wanna do is get in here. If you're an onion lover like me, get the gravy and get the onions and put that over the top of that delicious steak and salad mixture. And then again, whatever your favorite dressing is, if you like ranch, where is it? I don't know where the ranch is right now. Oh, here. If you like ranch, or if you want a healthier option, just put on whatever your favorite is. So I hope you enjoyed this Cooking with Ursula beef tenderloin semi-homemade steak. steak. Thanks for watching. If you like these cooking shows, push the bell button, push the subscribe button, and let me know what you're interested in having me cook next.